Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and I'm a marriage and family studies major, and this is my presentation about my internship experience. So how I found my internship was actually through two ways. I had previously worked for this company for 10 years, and I had discussed coming back and doing an internship with them when I was done with my education. And so they were, excited about that, and that made it kind of easy actually to find it. But also, this internship has been approved by the Department of Home and Family, and you can find some information about it on their internship website. And I included the link below, so it's a little easier to find when you're looking through all the different stuff on the department's website. So if you're interested, you can go there. The company that I did my internship with was Innovative Healthcare Concepts, and they're located in Idaho Falls. If you're interested in looking at their website, I've included the link to the side, and they can kind of give more information about what the company does and the different programs that it offers. Then you can kind of maybe get a better feel of if it's a good fit for you as far as the direction your education is going. So I actually worked at two of their facilities. They're side by side, but it was two separate buildings. One of them was the testing center, and one of them was their counseling center. And so some of the responsibilities I had at the testing center I worked at the front desk a lot when I was over there, and so I answered phones, sent faxes, kind of did any other little things that they asked me to do. But some of that included checking clients in and out, scheduling clients for appointments. So I had to learn their scheduling software, and so that I knew how to do that and not mess things up. And that was kind of complicated, but it was interesting. I also was able to observe some testing and follow-up sessions. So that was really neat because you don't really understand what goes on with the testing and what kinds of testing they do, and so that was kind of cool to be able to experience some of that. I also filled out pre-appointment questionnaires with clients. So, like when a client was referred to the company, either they would call on the phone or I would call them, depending on how the referral came. And there was just this little packet that you would fill out with the client, and you take down their information and then ask them questions. And based on their responses to those questions, it determined what kind of testing they needed and also which doctor they needed to see, because there are several doctors that do testing in this facility. I also did intakes, which you just prepare the intake packet, so that's like the paperwork. And then also with some of the doctors, you do a patient profile sheet, and so when the patient would come in, you'd get their height, their or weight, and other measurements, and then you'd fill out in this software online. You'd go and you'd get the percentiles for where they are as far as weight and height, and anyway, you just fill out this sheet for the doctor. And so some of my responsibilities at the counseling center. I help prepare and teach a social skills group for adults with developmental disabilities. I worked with another intern really closely. We were there on one of the same days during the week, and so we were able to work closely together through a lot of this. And they asked us to prepare a curriculum that for this social skills group that could be used throughout the whole year. And so we worked on that. And we also prepared for and co-facilitated a group for children with autism and their parents. And what we worked on with that was teaching them social skills and how to make and maintain friendships. And so they actually called that the Friends Group. So that was really neat. And I'm going to get into more of that in the next couple slides. So some more information about the classes. The Friends class, it's actually a really neat program that one of the psychologists did when she lived in California, and so she brought that with her to Idaho, and it's a 12-week program, and it's for children and their parents, and they don't have to. It doesn't have to be just autism. It could be any kind of disability, or delay or whatever that's causing them to struggle gaining those social skills that they need to make friends and maintain social relationships and things like that. So in this class, there were two child classes, so one for the older kids and one for the younger kids, and then there's also a parent group where the parents are learning the same kinds of things that the kids are learning, and it's obviously a different because it's the parents, but it's cool because then those parents can go home and they can reinforce what the children are learning, and they can encourage those skills at home and also in social settings. And so they would be given homework each week, and they'd come back and they'd report on their homework, and it's just this really positive reward system that they have. The 12th week is the graduation week where we have a pizza party, and the kids are working towards that, and all these things that they're doing every week, and they're getting, they're working towards this pizza party. And so it's really a cool thing. And so that's kind of a little bit about that group, something that they're wanting to continue to do. Hopefully they're going to keep having participants want to do this throughout the year. In the social skills group for the adults, they had asked us to create this curriculum because they were wanting to get more participants to come to the group and for the group to be able to expand. And the lessons and activities, they're aimed at teaching those social skills and those life skills that these adults are lacking. And so we actually came up with 4 categories to divide the curriculum into, and the 4 categories are the inner self, the outer self, the social self, and the future self. And so the whole year we had divided it into 2-week units, and each unit is going to teach a specific skill that falls under that one of those 4 categories. So like inner self, they would talk about managing emotions or understanding emotions. Outer self would be maybe hygiene or following a schedule. Social self would be communication skills and friendships. And then future self would be like setting goals. And so depending, how long or how much material we wanted to cover under each category, there's 2-week units for each little specific thing we wanted to work on within that category. So and that's actually still a work in progress, and so they're hoping to get more interns to kind of continue to help work on this because they really want this group to grow and to be a good thing that will benefit the participants. Some benefits that I thought of while doing my internship. First of all, some things that I feel like I did to help the company was, being a co-facilitator for this friends class. They, the clinicians and the psychologists that work in this company are really, really busy, and this was something that this one particular psychologist really, really wanted to do. And so I think having those some interns come in and help her was a great help to her. She, we were able to kind of get it up off the ground. They've never done this before. And so, we started from the ground, and just kind of have built it up a little bit. And, we gathered the material that we needed, the lesson plan stuff, and also we called parents and got all that set up. So that was a good thing to kind of help get this class up and running that they probably wouldn't have had time to do on their own. And also with the curriculum for the social skills class, they were really wanting it to kind of go a different direction than it was going. They had already been doing this, but they weren't having a lot of participation. Like they had one client when I first started observing the class, and when we started teaching and kind of changing what was being taught during the class, then I think by the time I left, there was anywhere from 7 to 10 people that would come on a daily basis. And so we could already see progress and see how things were changing, and so that was a cool thing, and they were excited about that because they really wanted to expand. And just helping run the front desk and doing other little things that they asked me to do, I feel like was a benefit to them. Because things get crazy sometimes, and for me to be able to take part of the workload and say, hey, I can go do this, I think that was really helpful for them. Some ways that the company benefited me was, the experience of working in a mental health office, and as well as working with a team of people to prepare for and deliver a class to the public. Those are some neat experiences that I'm glad I have from my internship. I also got a lot of information about the different kinds of jobs that are available with a bachelor's and also with a master's. I feel like because I did more of the mental health side of it, I got a lot more information and experience with things that would require a master's degree. So if you're interested in going on and getting a master's, that you might want to look more into the mental health side of things. And also, they actually did offer me a job that they want me to start, as soon as I graduate. So that's a nice thing to be able to have and look forward to if that's something I in fact want to do. And also the hours that I'm gaining from teaching these classes can go towards being certified as a family life educator if that's something that I decide to go on and do. So that's kind of a neat thing too. How this related to my coursework, first of all, the practicum I think was a huge way, that was a good experience for me, and I think that really helped me when I came in and needed to do these classes, and kind of I knew kind of how to gather information and how to put things together and kind of present to people because of the practicum, and also the group work that we do in these classes that we're taking, and through my practicum. That's been a big help to me as well. And it's been I think a lot of the classes I've had about, child development, adult development, those kinds of things have really helped me, because a lot of the people I'm working with are not necessarily functioning at the level that their age is, might say that they should be functioning at. And so to be able to kind of understand, yes, I am working with adults and I need to be respectful of that. I need to remember though that they might be functioning at like a 6-year-old level or a 3-year-old level, depending on who it is. And so it's just, I think that's been a benefit to me to have that knowledge about the different developmental stages throughout life. The family life education that we've had, like parenting and marriage and those kinds of classes, have been a good help to me. I took a parent education class, and that's been a really big benefit to me throughout this internship. I've been able to fall back on some of those things, the skills as far as professionalism and how to talk to people, how to ask questions, how to wait for responses. All those kinds of things have really been a big help. And also community relations, just understanding how school and home and the different community venues that there are, how all those kind of tie in to a person's experience as they're developing and growing, and home life, and how all that affects how a family develops and grows, and how children and even adults develop and grow. And so, and I think that's been a really good thing too, to know and be able to look at as I've gone through this internship. So I definitely would recommend this internship to anybody who's in the Idaho Falls area. I know the company has really been happy with the interns that they've had, and they're wanting more and hoping more people will come, and they're really, really great to work with you. So who you would contact would be Lisa Smith, and her contact information is there. And when you contact her, she'll send you an email. You can call her or email her, whichever you prefer, but she'll send you the information that you need about the different requirements and stuff for applying for one of the internships. They have 3 different internships as of right now that you can, and you can see those listed there. So I would definitely recommend it. It's a great program, and Lisa's very, very professional, very knowledgeable, very understanding, and willing to work with schedules too. And that was another reason it was so great, is because they were very flexible and very understanding of my circumstances. So, and they'll give you as many hours as you need. So they love the help, and they're excited to have interns. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that this was informational, educational for you, so that you can find an internship and continue your education. Thanks.